Welcome to Module 5, the last module of our online reading lab. And I've entitled this module Credible Sources. I feel like this is a very pertinent, very relevant module in this course because with the internet today, anything goes, right? We've all been enthralled by those videos of 40-foot snakes that were found in our county to only find out later that they were photoshopped. So what can we trust? Who can we trust? I'm going to start off this module with a folder on credible sources where I'll show you the ABCDs of determining a credible source. And then you'll have a little activity where you can find credible sources in our Carl Albert State College library. We know that we cannot provide every source you need in the four walls of this library. So we've purchased what's called databases. And databases are kind of like libraries in the sky, but all of the sources that are in those databases have already been judged and determined credible sources. So anytime you use one of those sources, you know you're getting something solid. I'll teach you how to use those databases. Then I have a folder for you on plagiarism, and this is an extremely important folder. Sometimes we feel like, oh, as long as I just tell you where I got my information from, it's no longer plagiarism. But that is not true. There are some definite rules to using other people's words and ideas. And so I've provided you a rather lengthy lecture. It's probably about 40 minutes in length. But after you finish that lecture, you should never wonder again what plagiarism is. I will teach you what it is, what it looks like, how we find it as instructors. I have provided a guide for you, so be sure and print that guide out before watching the video, and it will be very, very helpful for you. After you've watched the video, I have an assignment for you where you're going to read an article about John Walsh, a young man who definitely paid the price for plagiarism. His consequences were very serious. And so I want you to read that article, and then you will summarize it for me in a little couple of paragraphs, 300 words, 200 to 300 words, just so that I know that you can summarize without plagiarizing. And then the last folder in this module is your final. In this particular one, we're going to move from just reading to reading and writing. So I'm going to have you to do a little research. I've chosen the criminal justice field because I know several of you are majoring in criminal justice. So I thought this might be a topic of interest to you. You are going to watch a video and read an article about exonerated prisoners. What would it be like to be accused of a crime and do the time for a crime that you know you did not commit? This happens happens way too frequently. And so we're going to read an article about those exonerated prisoners. Then I'm going to ask you to choose one of the over 300 exonerated prisoners listed by the Innocence Project, and you're going to do a couple of research, find two sources on that exonerated prisoner, and then tell me their story without plagiarizing. When I see that report, I know that you are capable of comprehending and then summarizing what you've read. I just feel like that would be a very fitting final for our class together. I would also encourage you to use some of your new vocabulary words. Think about the words that we've learned in the past 3 modules and see if you can slip 1 or 2 of those in for me. And we are quickly nearing the end of this class. And so I just hope that you finish strong. Hang in there. We're almost done. If you have any questions, be sure and give me a call at 918-647-1472 or email me at shill@carlalbert.edu. Have fun.